Good morning, students. Good morning to all. And last day we have studied about the types of companies and the memorandum of associations and the articles of associations and about the prospectus and what are the contents will come to an articles of association and prospectus everything. And on that day itself we have completed the fifth chapter. Today we will go to the next chapter. The another one type of form of organizations, the cooperative organizations. So the cooperative organizations also one type of the form of organizations in the types of different types of organizations. A cooperative is a private business organizations, so that is owned and controlled by the people who use its products, supplies or services. Normally, if you are seeing in your native places itself, we can see the different type of the cooperative organizations. So some amount of the peoples will join together, and what are the products they will produce, they will supply and they will sell and consuming themselves. As a human beings, some of the peoples are joined together, and if they are formed one of the organizations in which if they are selling the product what they are produced, and he will use themselves. So although cooperatives vary in type and membership size, all were formed to meet the specific objectives of members, and all are structured to adapt to members' changing needs. So wherever the form of organizations are considered as a private, so on the basis of the membership size, everything will form to meet the specific objectives of members, and the structured to adapt to members' changing needs. Whenever their needs are going to change, on the basis of their changing, so the objective of the membership also will be changed. So normally the cooperatives are formed by individuals who coordinate among themselves to achieve vertical integrations in their business activities. Vertical integrations means, so on the step by step from the board of coordinators, managers and the chairman, after that the members, that is called the business vertical integrations of business activities. So cooperatives were useful for promoting the interest of the less powerful members of society. So normally the farmers, producers, workers and consumers found that they could accomplish more collectively than they could individually. Normally if you want to conduct any one of the organizations which has more powerful one thing, as a single person it is not able to start. But some of the people are joined together, and if they are formed one of the organizations with the most powerful things, is called cooperative organizations. So even though people have been working together for their mutual benefit throughout the human history, the cooperative form of business organization began during the industrial revolutions. Because after the industrial revolutions only, different type of the industrializations was arranged, and the cottage level industries, middle scale or small scale level industries was arranged. So on the basis of increasing the industrializations only, the cooperative section societies also had been increased. At first the cooperative movement was started by Robert Owen in the year of 1844. He formed a consumer cooperative society in England with 28 workers as members. It was called as the Rockdale Society of Equitable Pioneers. This gradually led to worldwide movement of organizing. Cooperatives in various fields of economic activity such as credit, farming, marketing, processing, housing, transport, insurance, fisheries, poultry, dairying, etc. The main objective of the cooperative movement was to bring solace and comfort to the needy persons by pursuing common economic interest through cooperative trading. Profit is not a main objective. So the objective of the cooperative society is bring the solace and comfort to the needy persons by pursuing common economic interest. So those who all have the common economic interest, it will join together and bring the solace and comfort. Next, the definitions of cooperative organizations. So the cooperative is a form of organization in which the persons voluntarily associate together as human beings on the basis of equality for the promotion of the economic interest of the persons. If some of the people are joined together and if they want to expose their economic interest, they can join together as a human beings and they can expose their equality for the promotion of the economic interest. So next, the principles of cooperations. So in these cooperative societies or the cooperative organizations also has some of the principles. So what are the basic principles are there in these cooperative organizations mean? First one is voluntary and open membership. In these cooperatives are voluntary organizations open to all people able to use its services and willing to accept the responsibilities of membership without gender, social, racial, political or religious discriminations. Without any of the discriminations such as gender, social, racial or political, so those peoples are able to use its services and willing to accept the responsibilities. Everything also became as a membership. So there is no one will force the members and no one will is pulled down from anywhere. So if the peoples voluntarily want to join as a membership, they can join as a members and they can produce, and if they want to produce, they can supply to the same cooperative societies, and if they willing to accept all the responsibilities, if any, they can take the responsibilities also. Next, democratic member control. So in this cooperative organization, how the member was going to control mean on the basis of democratic way. So the cooperatives are democratic organizations controlled by their members, those who buy the goods or use the services of the cooperatives, who actively participate in the setting policies and making decisions. So the members always will be controlled by the democratic way, by their members and those who buy the goods or use the services. Sometimes, so the member always will be controlled each others. Otherwise, some of the members will be actively participate in their setting policies and making decisions or making the rules and regulations on the basis of the democratic way. Okay, so all the members also will be controlled by the member itself in the democratic way. Next, members' economic participations. How the participation of members will be there means the members contribute equally to and democratically control the capital of the cooperative. So in any of the organization, some of the board of directors or the members or any of the leaders may be there. But here, not like so. So the members contribute equally to and democratically control the capital of the cooperative. If any of the capital is earned by the cooperative members by using the shares or by earning the profit by selling the goods sold by the cooperative societies, they will earning some of the capital. The capital will be contribute and controlled by all the members of cooperatives. This benefits members in proportion to the business they conduct with the cooperative rather than on the capital invested. Next, autonomy and independence. How it will be carry on their organizations mean on the basis of autonomy and independently. So the cooperatives are autonomous, self-help organizations controlled by their members only. Because without any government interventions, by the members only, their day-by-day activities will be carried on. And the cooperative societies also will have no need of independent others organizations. So it does not, so based on terms that ensure democratic control by the members and maintains the cooperative autonomy. So the separate rules and regulations will be created by the member itself. And if any of the leaders want to take among the members by the voting method only, they will take it. So all the rules and regulations and some of the undertakings will be maintained by the autonomy and independently. So the members and this organization has no need of being depending on any other government organizations. Next, education, training and information. So the cooperative provide education and training for their members. If the members are not having the sufficient level of the educations, the cooperative societies will provide the education facilities. And if the people are being in need of some training to conducting the efficient work on day-by-day activities, the cooperative society itself will be arranged for that. So the elected representative manages and the employees so they can contribute effectively to the development of their cooperatives. So the members also inform the general public about the nature and the benefits of cooperatives. How the achievements are going to reach the public means. So all the members also inform the general public about the nature and the benefits of cooperatives. When they are doing like so without making any of the advertisement and making the expenditures, so the public can knows about the nature and the benefits of cooperatives. Next, cooperation among cooperatives. Cooperation among cooperatives. So the cooperatives serve their members most effectively and strengthen the cooperative movement by working together through local, national, regional and international structures. So the cooperative method also serves their members most effectively. So when they are doing like so, they strengthen the cooperative member movement by working together through local, national, regional and international structures. Because so many of the branches will be located in throughout the world or throughout the nations. Okay, so all the peoples are doing the same work together. The cooperative or the unity will be arranged among the cooperatives or the members of the cooperatives. Next, concerns for community. So while focusing on members' needs, the cooperatives work for the sustainable development of communities through policies and programs accepted by the members. So when they are doing some of the work for improving their economic conditions, in the same time they are providing, they are focusing on the cooperatives for the sustainable development of communities. So where they are located, this area will be improved by having the cooperative societies through the good policies and programs accepted by the members. If some of the policies and programs taken by or will be arranged by their member itself, if these programs and policies is accepted by all the members, it will come to an effect. So because of that, so the societies belong to the cooperative societies, or the areas belong to the cooperative societies will be improved. So 5 or 6 features or principles are there. So voluntary and open membership. Next, democratic member control. Next, members economic participation, autonomy and independently. Education, training and information. Next, cooperation among the cooperatives. Next, features of cooperatives. Some of the features also we can see in the cooperatives. First one is voluntary memberships. As we have studied in the principles of cooperations, the membership always will be as a voluntary. The beginning the membership is a voluntary thing. Any persons can become the member of the society and can leave it any time without anyone's force or anyone's interventions. As a single person or anyone can become the member of the society, and in the same time some of the policies and rules and regulations is not acceptable by the members, so they can leave it any time without any force and without any rules and regulations and norms and conditions. Next is the equal rights. In cooperative societies, each member of the society has an equal right to vote and ownership. Sometimes so the board of directors or the chairman will be selected by the electing method or voting method. So when they are doing like so, every member also has the equal rights to put the vote. And if they want to become the ownership, every membership also has one of the same rights. Next, each shareholder has one vote. Already we have studied the rights for voting in their shareholders of joint stock companies. It was one vote for one shares. If the person has the 100 shares, he has the rights to put the 100 votes. But in cooperative societies, not like that. Each shareholder has only one vote. Even if anybody has any of them has more shares, he has right to put one vote. Next, democracy.